Hello everybody, and welcome to Game 4 out of this match of 5 between mtwDIMAGA, spawning here as the red Zerg, and his opponent, as usual, Mouz Mana, spawning here as the green Protoss. The map is going to be Shakuras Plateau. Interesting kind of map, seeing as the close spawn, the ally spawns here are completely disabled, so you know that your opponent will either spawn across from you or on the far cross position over here. This tournament is, of course, none other than the Assembly Summer Invitational. These are the finals for the title and the prize. And Mana is currently up 1 game, but DIMAGA was able to take the 3rd game from him, turning it into a match. So even though DIMAGA has to win the next 2 games, he is probably feeling pretty good. That is, he was able to turn things around and not get swept. Right off the bat, we have Mana throwing down his pylon here, so this is probably indicating he's going to go with a fast expand, either Forge or a Nexus first, as he has been favoring throughout this entire series, and he's also sending off his first probe to scout out DIMAGA. He scouts in the right direction right away, so he's going to know exactly what DIMAGA is up to, although this early in the game, that is not a whole lot. This could be any starting point for any Zerg player, although the probe does get one little bit of taser damage in on that drone, so that drone is definitely not happy. 38 hit points down, so the game is pretty much over now. Oh, never mind, he's regenerated back up to 40. So it looks like that probe is fine, the drone is fine, and the probe is going to sit here and patrol around, and we're going to have a second probe going down for Mana. Looks like he is going to go with a, well, he sent it down a little bit early, but he's hovering around. Looks like he's going to go with a Nexus first, and sending this drone back in here is going to spot the gas and the spawning pool. This type of build for DIMAGA, for any Zerg, is extremely safe. It allows you to get Zergling speed and Zerglings and Queens out very quickly to prevent any kind of pylon block or anything like a probe dancing around that would have delayed your expansion timing. Mana, on the other hand, is seeing this kind of delayed expansion on DIMAGA's part and decided to go with a Nexus first into a Forge. Very macro heavy play, slightly risky. If DIMAGA were to go for a more aggressive build, a 10 pool or something like that, he might have a hard time holding up all his Zerglings, but DIMAGA has been playing true to form. He is known mostly as a macro player, and here come the drones and the Zerglings all coming down together. Great timing on the egg hatching, and they're going to kill that probe. The probe is completely confused, all taken out, and disappears in a puff of smoke. Probes, unfortunately, have no souls and don't go back to Ire. So, now with DIMAGA taking his expansion, and with Mana's expansion nearly finished. In fact, Mana's going to have the economic edge for a little while until DIMAGA gets caught up with drones and injects, and he's going to be sending over these Zerglings to scout the front door, see if he can get some scouting information. But no, there is a full wall off by Mana, and this cannon is about to come down. DIMAGA is going to get those Zerglings out of there. He doesn't want to have anything to do with that cannon, and it's looks like a photon cannon's weapon is called a photon cannon, very aptly named. And the gateway has been canceled, 7S core down, and 1 unit spot here, so a zealot, or in this case a probe, could hang out here, block off a lot of Zerglings, force them to fight one at a time while they get wailed on by this cannon. So we have Mana's macro style opening all set up the way he likes it, and DIMAGA will see what he's going to do to respond to this. He has Zergling speed nearly finished. It's going to allow him to maintain a lot of map control, move around very quickly, and we even have Zerglings scouting around, and wow, he's going to discover this probe hidden away up in the down in the lower left-hand corner of the map, and Zergling speed just kicked in. Is going to chase him down, so the probe will not even be aware of the fact that DIMAGA, before 6 minutes, has decided to respawn with a 3rd hatchery. DIMAGA is going for this strong macro style that he likes. He wants to be ahead of Mana at all times, and we'll see which tech path that Mana decides to go with to respond to this. It looks like he's going to be placing down this hidden starport. While this is not technically hidden, it is kind of off and away from the sections where you would normally expect to see Protoss placing their tech. Most Protoss like to place their tech kind of near their nexus, or kind of grouped all together in this way to form nice little walls for Zerglings and Roaches to get stuck on. And we'll see if DIMAGA is able to scout out this starport. It looks like the Overlord is going to turn, and I think he's going to be just a little too far away to spot that the Stargate, sorry. So it looks like Mana's going to go with the same strategy that he has been using for almost this entire series, a fast expand into strong air for harassment, and this sentry with this little disruption beam is going to eventually take down this overlord. I say eventually because overlords are big, fat, tough bastards, and sentries are weak little sissy girls slapping with their little disruption beams. Now we have this third base coming up for DIMAGA. Queen being built. Another queen being built over here. We even have an evolution chamber and a creep tumor going down. He's finally getting his gas up. 2 more gas geysers. And an evolution chamber, like I said, coming down. So we'll see if he plants any spore crawlers to deal with the void ray harassment that's sure to be coming. And it looks like Mana's going to change from form. Last game he went void ray Phoenix and sent the void ray over as soon as possible, reinforced by the Phoenix. It looks like he's going to change around and create at least one other Void Ray before he sends it over. Void Rays are one of those interesting units where the more you have, the stronger they are, as in they reach a critical mass very quickly. So 5 Void Rays is much more powerful than hitting somebody a few times with 3 Void Rays. I don't know if that makes any sense. They gain critical mass and they're able to definitely get very strong against small numbers of targets at once. In the meantime, we have DIMAGA macroing happily as he would like to. There's even a spore crawler going down. He may not have directly scouted that starport, but he suspects that from the last couple of games, Mana is going to be interested in going for air attacks, and he even has a number of Zerglings over here. He knows the Zealot's there. He's probably going to pop in there, kill that when he feels like it. For the moment, it's no threat to him. And we have 3 Void Rays and a Phoenix being built. It looks like these 3 Void Rays are going to head on over through this air section. There is no way that anything except for an Overlord could be up here right now. So with luck, he will not be scouted. He's going to go over and harass this section here. But DIMAGA, with his psychic DIMAGA senses, has a Spore Crawler and a Queen, but I'm not sure if that's going to be able to handle 3 Void Rays grouped together. And they're coming in, and they decided to focus fire on the Spore Crawler. The Queens fall back a little bit. After the injection, this one Void Ray is falling away. These Void Rays have now fully charged, and there are 2 more Queens just arriving, going to do a lot of damage to this one Void Ray. This Queen goes down. This Void Ray is getting microed away, but it goes down. Those Queens with that 7 range doing a ton of damage to the Void Rays. This Void Ray is fully charged. Transfusion going down the Queen, and we have a lift incoming from the Phoenix. Now it's 2 Void Rays versus 1 Queen. Never a good idea for the Queen, and now 2 Void Rays once again versus 1 Queen, and can't even fight back. Still never good for the Queen. Fully charged, and they are getting crushed. But now we have 2 Spore Crawlers just finishing, and these Void Rays are going to be forced to fly away, or at least fly somewhere else. And there's another Queen popping out, another Queen down here, so the number of Queens lost is not really impacting DIMAGA as he's able to macro them up very quickly, but this Queen's slightly out of position, getting lifted up. And there's a Queen down here, Spore Crawler moving, and planting itself down. Now another Queen, this Void Ray is so close, 20 hit points away from death. Another Spore Crawler planting itself down. This Spore Crawler got 1 or 2 hits off before dying, and now this Spore Crawler is going to do some damage to this Void Ray. Attacking Overlords, and this Queen is going to almost kill the Phoenixes. So the Void Ray gets critically damaged, lost a number of Void Rays, and DIMAGA, I think, came out ahead in this, even though he may have spent more resources on the actual units. These Void Rays are extremely gas-heavy units, where Queens and Spore Crawlers are nothing but minerals. So that leaves DIMAGA to use his gas for much higher tech. And now we have Mana moving out with a couple sentries and Zealots, maybe looking to clear out any Zerglings here and establish a 3rd base. But there's a big pack of Zerglings here, getting a nice surround on all of these units. Good force fields coming down, trapping these sentries in here. But even more Zerglings able to stream in. The Stalkers and the Zealots are about to die. And now as soon as these force fields dissipate, these sentries are definitely doomed. And the Zerglings have decided to run back, and now there's some coming at the front door, but no, too strong of a wall off. These sentries get taken down, these Zerglings all meet up together, and there's a couple of Phoenixes keeping an eye on these Zerglings. So we'll see what these Phoenixes are up to. That's 5 Phoenixes, quite an investment. We'll see if he can get some value out of it. And DIMAGA, on the back of that successful defense from the Void Rays and slight pickup from the Zerglings, has decided to expand again. He's now 4 bases to Mana's 2. He's looking to outproduce Mana 2-1. He's not happy simply being 1 base ahead. He wants to be 2 or more bases ahead. Now, no Spore Crawlers over here to deal with these Phoenixes. They are lifting up this Queen and doing a ton of damage, and down goes that Queen. Here comes some Overlord kills. We'll see if he also lifts up some drones, and Overlord 1 goes down, and Overlord 2 goes down. Here comes 4 of these Queens, and a couple of Infestors pop with the pathogen glands. already done so that they can instantly fungal growth, and a transfusion going down on that infestor, and another transfusion going down on the infestor, and this Phoenix gets caught here, and out of those 5 Phoenixes, 2 are left. That's not looking very good. This Void Ray is even hanging out in the open, killing a creep tumor. Not so bad, but considering the number of queens and the amount of creep spread already, I think that DIMAGA is going to be just fine on his creep. Mana, on the other hand, is seeing a lot of queens and has decided to switch his tech over to a Robotics Bay, and Colossus, he's getting the extended Thermal Lance, and he is realizing now that he is in trouble. He has to expand or he's going to be falling behind on the expansion count. And you look here, he is expanding out. He's hoping to pick up this slightly safer base because of these 2 choke points. If Zerg were to attack, they're forced to funnel into here or funnel into here, and Colossus can really go to town. It's a strong Colossus position, but we have a lot of Zerglings, a lot of Roaches, and a ton of Infestors with a lot of energy, and even a lot of Queens. All those anti-air Queens are over here. Now we got a big engagement. Fungal growth going down. Zerglings getting a huge surround. Colossus going to work on them. Another fungal growth, and Roaches coming in from the side. So instead of defending in this nice choke point, the Protoss were slightly out of position, and the Zerg were able to get a pincer attack, hitting them from 2 sides. One Colossus goes down, another one is almost down. All these Stalkers are dead. Void Ray is going to town, but we got these Queens transfusing each other, and the Roaches attacking the Void Ray, and that Void Ray is going to go down right away. Even an infested Terran getting laid down with these from these lower energy infestors. And now we're down to 1 Colossus and no expansion, forced to get the cancel. Even this pylon is going to go down, and Mana is definitely came out worse on that assault and is really far behind in the supply. DIMAGA is going for his high tech, getting a Spire, more Roaches, armor, Zerg Carapace level 1, and nicely the Colossus are able to attack from this high point, and that poor Roach got burned and twitches his way onto hell. But that's okay, because DIMAGA has 3 more Roaches coming out, and DIMAGA can't tell one Roach from the other. He's just going to throw them all at this laser beam toting Protoss Mouz Mana. However, Mana is definitely in a bad position. He needs to expand as soon as possible, otherwise he is going to keep falling farther and farther behind. DIMAGA, on the other hand, is about to get his gas going up at this expansion. He has good saturation at his other expansion. He's starting to run low over here, but once he's out, he will just transfer his drones over, and he's taking full control over the center of the map. A little surprise at the poor creep spread with a couple of, during the time of this assault, the creep could have been spread up to here, but I mean, can't do everything. I guess expanding everywhere and winning every major battle is all we can expect from DIMAGA. But here comes Mana again with his Colossi. He has 3 of them up in this great little spot, up on this little hill here, and the Queens are getting just fried to bits. Crispy Queens taken down, 3 of them in the center there, and Mana is holding this nice position here, trying to establish this expansion. And up here, Zerglings cannot get at the Colossus, and Roaches have a really hard time getting into range, assuming they even have the vision to hit them. If normally you can hit a Colossus if he's sitting here on the ledge, but he was a little bit further back, a Roach will run all the way around trying to get at him. Now here we have DIMAGA scouting around, looking for extra bases. This 1 scout Zergling just got completely roasted. I love the burning animations for all of the Zerg units. They definitely die in such a spectacular way. Now we have a Greater Spire has been completed. Level 1 air upgrade is on the way. Level 3 melee upgrade for the Zerglings and the Broodlings, and now these Phoenixes are going to go over and not be happy for what they see. Lots of Zergling, lots of Roaches. Fungal growth taking out these Phoenixes. Those poor Phoenixes have been flying around all game and just get abused. They get spines thrown at them by Queens, goop thrown on them by Infestors, and now DIMAGA is moving in, trying to get on the other side of the map, over to Mana's side. 5 Colossus over there, but that is a lot of Corruptors, and Corruptors make such quick work of Colossus. Fungal growth trapping that 1 Colossus. These Stalkers are also getting fungal growth. Lots of damage being done to them. Colossus getting taken down by the Corruptors, doing tons of damage to these Zerglings and Roaches. Infestors popping everywhere, but there are so many extra units, and it looks like Mana realizes that even if he were to win this battle, which is unlikely, he's going to be out macroed already. He just got his 3rd base up and running. He is starting to run a little bit low on gas, and DIMAGA is taking 2 more bases. So, strong play by DIMAGA, extreme macro play, excellent unit composition, very impressive match from both players, excellent control, and we are now moving on to Game 5. In this match of 5, we're going to see who takes the tournament, who takes the prize, and who takes the title. Good game.